Good afternoon. I'm Nicole Holt, Associate Director, Student Experience and Support at the University, and I would like to warmly welcome you all to this University of Salford graduation ceremony. May I ask if you would kindly ensure that your mobile phones are switched off for the duration of the proceedings, and for the enjoyment of everyone, we would ask that you all remain in the theatre until the end. The ceremony will now begin. For those of you who are able, please stand for the entrance of the academic procession.
I declare this congregation open for the presentment of degrees from the University of Salford. Please be seated.
Graduands, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Margaret Rowe, Dean of the School of Health and Society.
Welcome to the School of Health and Society graduation ceremony. I'm the Dean of School and I'm so pleased to see all of our graduates here and their families and their friends. We want you to have a wonderful afternoon, and we are not shy about noise, guys. So you can really clap and make some noise. It's a wonderful celebration to achieve graduate status, and I want to share with you some of the innovations and expertise that we in the School of Health and Society have done this year. It has been a great year, and we've had a series of really interesting, innovative work that's been done that has national, global and regional reach. And we work with our industry partners really closely, and that includes our students and our academic staff. I want to share with you some of these accolades that we've had this year, but of course, being such a large school, I can't share all of them. Firstly, I would like to share with you some of the nominations that we've had that our students have achieved. One of our students was identified as the Nursing Student of the Year Award with the Nursing Times. We also had a student who was placed on the Council of Deans Health Student Leadership Programme. And the school's simulation team also were recognised this year for being shortlisted for a National Times Higher Education Award for Learning and Teaching. The school works really closely, and one of our largest and most successful partnerships is within Salford, and that includes Salford City Council and the Northern Care Alliance, which is one of the largest NHS hospital trusts. And I just want to share one or two examples of work that we've been doing. Firstly, a piece of work that's been led by Dr. Lisa Scullion around Salford Anti-Poverty Task Force. This is a research and knowledge exchange partnership between the University of Salford and Salford City Council. This groundbreaking task force represents cutting-edge evidence of based policy making, delivery programmes and co-production, and it is having an impact on national policy. So it's not only changing the lives within Salford, but actually having far greater reach. Another piece of work I want to share with you is a piece of work that's been led by Professor Tony Long, and he's been working with NHS England, working on how we develop a model of communication with children and young people to design an advocacy service for children and promoting aspirations for young people who can think about coming to university and the importance of what a university education can give you. The school has welcomed students from around the world, Africa, China, Middle East, Europe and the USA, and we are determined to expand our international profile, both with key overseas partnerships, student recruitment and student exchange partners. We've worked with companies in China, we've worked with ministries in India, within China, and we've worked with the largest children's cancer hospital in the world in Egypt. Students from sociology and criminology have had an opportunity to participate in real-world research in collaboration with industry. They've brought new, innovative approaches to data analysis, examining the impact of volunteering on the journey into work young people are facing, the many barriers that stop them getting employed. We work closely with external partners across the university, and one of the areas that we've really embraced is around social prescribing. And within that, we've developed the first international conference with 220 delegates from around the world who came to Salford to share their experiences and look at how we can make a difference to people's lives. Another area that I would like to share with you is the work that we've been doing in dementia, and that's particularly we have an Institute of Dementia at Salford, and we've been looking and working with people who have dementia and how can we enhance and improve their lives by listening to their real-world experiences. We were really fortunate that Christopher Eccleston, a very famous actor who's also a resident of Salford, is now the patron of the Dementia Hub. So you've come here really to celebrate your awards, and your families have come here to celebrate your awards. So I'm not going to give you a long list of all the fantastic accolades that we have done in health and society. But we do believe we have a greater global reach, and we want you to be part of our family. And I really appreciate that for some of you 3 years ago, 1 year ago, depending on your programme, chose to come to the University of Salford. And we hope that you've had a fantastic experience here. So I'm going to ask all the graduates to stand up. Can you do that, please? And I want you to look at the individuals next to you, people who've been on the same journey as you, and I want you to congratulate them. Now, I haven't finished with my requests. Throughout your journey, you will have had people, whether it's families, whether it's friends, who've absolutely got you to this position. So I want to hear a big holler and a big thank you to your family and friends. So I hope you do have a wonderful day. You can sit down for a moment. We are going to get you back up again, mind guys, so be ready. It has been an exciting year for the school, but it's also been a year of significance, achievement for the university. And I'm very proud to introduce our presiding officer for this ceremony, our Chancellor, Professor Jackie Kay.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to welcome you to today's graduation ceremony. This year's graduation ceremonies are extra special because it's during this academic year that we celebrated our golden year as a university with 50 years of achievements, learning, memories and friendships made, and countless great careers started here. And it was in this 50th year that I was particularly pleased to see the university welcome its biggest ever intake of undergraduate students, with over 5,500 new students joining us on the campus last autumn and starting their journey towards where you're seated, ready to graduate. And so it's my pleasure, my really deep and great pleasure, to welcome you, graduates of the School of Health and Society, who will receive your awards today. And I'd like to warmly welcome your family and friends. Hello, family. Hello, friends. Not so many friends out there as family. It's a privilege to be able to share in your success at having accomplished so much during your time here in Salford. I'm also delighted to welcome Salford City Mayor Paul Dennett, who joins us today to present the Alumni Achievement Award posthumously to the family of Paul Longshaw, a graduate of this university and highly respected Councillor of Salford, who, throughout his career, was committed to improving the quality of life for people in Salford. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to Paul's family, Nicola and Ella, and his close colleague friend, Councillor Peter Connor. Graduates, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How kind of you. Thank you very much. Graduates, your time at university is a pivotal moment in your life. It's a time when you shape your views in the world, when you learn more about yourself, when you develop your skills and knowledge. It's a time when you create memories and establish friendships that will stay with you for life. It's a time when you develop intellectually, socially, emotionally. Perhaps, like many of you, I was the first in my family to go to university. I came from an ordinary working class family who were over the moon to see me through university. If you told me that one day I would be stood here as Chancellor of the University of Salford, did that joke? Just a wee joke, just checking, and the National Poet of Scotland, I would have told you that you were having a laugh. I was adopted, and when I was made Macker, which is the word that we use for a National Poet of Scotland or the Scottish Poet Laureate, the Macker, which comes from an old word to make things. When I was made Macker, my mum said to me, "Who would have ever thought that wee baby we brought home in a basket would have one day grown up to be Macker?" And that's true, it's true. And travelling around Scotland, people keep stopping me to ask me if I'm the Macker. On the ferry the other day from Benbecula to Harris, the man helping me with my luggage on the ferry said to me, "Am I right in thinking that you're a Macker?" I said, "Aye, I'm your Macker." Made me think I should have some sort of special powers. My birth mother came from the Highlands in Scotland, and my birth father came from Nigeria. I always felt very special being adopted, and I did find my birth parents also years later. My mum brought me up to tell me that you were special if you were adopted. She said, we picked you. Other people had to take what they got. And when I did trace my birth father to Nigeria, I found him surprisingly easily. I put his name into Google, and up popped Pop. And the reason that Pop popped so quickly is because he's a leading ethnobotanist. He's a world tree specialist. So that seemed really bizarre that there was me tracing my family tree. ... It's the kind of thing that if you put in a novel, nobody would believe you. There's so many ways of feeling special. Being granted a degree feels a special thing. One of those shimmering, luminous moments in your life that you'll forever treasure. As the African-American writer Zora Neale Hurston said, the present was an egg laid by the past that had the future inside its shell. Today is one of those days. In these troubling and unsettling times, in these politically turbulent, uncertain times, having faith and hope in a future seems ever more important. And yet, when the terrible things happen, when the fires erupt and the bombs go off, what you're most often touched by is the knowledge that people communally must make a difference. Our fantastic human ability to step outside of our own shoes and imagine somebody else's life. As Mahatma Gandhi observed, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. It's when people do extraordinary things for others that we are most inspired. When nurses like Mary Seacole, Florence Nightingale or Elsie Ingalls dedicate their lives to helping the wounded, we are inspired. When divers risk their own lives to save the lives of the wild boar football team, we are inspired. I could go on, you could go on, but the point is we always try and give our utmost. Nobody ever regrets giving the most unless the recipient was undeserving. But people do routinely regret not trying their absolute best. You've all demonstrated your abilities, your skills and your drive by arriving here today to receive your awards. Life is never simple or straightforward. It's become increasingly difficult to graduate, to plan and realise an entire career. But what you can do is grab the opportunities you're given and make the most of them. You'll be faced with decisions and challenges as you step forward from today onto this new road. I hope that your time here at Salford has equipped you with the skills, knowledge and technical expertise you'll need to succeed in your chosen professions. But more than that, I hope you have exciting challenges, experiences, that you've made new friends and learnt more about the world we live in and matured through your process of being at university. That special way of seeing that you start to develop when you're at university never actually leaves you. It becomes your companion for life. We've already heard from our wonderful Dean about the experiences here and the achievements, the special achievements from this particular school. And as a university, we've done extraordinary things. And you might have noticed going about the university, our fantastically green environment. Hello, wee baby, you're welcome. Nobody need worry about the baby crying. In fact, a graduation ceremony is never a graduation ceremony unless it's a baby crying. It's only a wee bit of a pain for the mum or the dad that's got to rush out with them. But they don't really need to, because we should all just sing a lullaby. Wouldn't that be great if we all just broke into singing a lullaby? And we could see if it worked. Might scare the wee baby more. It might not. So we began this academic year by climbing 10 places in the Times and the Sunday Times Good University Guide rankings. Yay! Yay, yay, yay! A student that came up to me last year said to me, I could tell you were Nigerian by the way you said yay. So I'm just practicing my yays now. There's been great individual achievements for our students over this year with a nomination from the British Film Institute. 3 of the university's MA nursing students were awarded the Royal College of Nursing Margaret Parkinson Scholarship. 2 of our law students were crowned winners of the National Mooting Competition. And one of our students studying television and radio at the Media UK campus won the Leicester Mercury Comedian of the Year Award. Thank you. But today is really about you, students from the School of Health and Society who are graduating any minute now when I stop talking. One of my books is actually called Why Don't You Stop Talking? It's really a note to myself. In this year, when we celebrate 70 years of the NHS, it feels even more of an honour to present you with your degrees today. You are the future, and the future knows what the past already knew, that having your health is a different kind of wealth, a more important kind. From today, you become alumni of Salford, and as such, part of a global community of alumni, making a difference in societies across the world, and we hope your relationship with the university will continue. We will be here to welcome you back with open Salford arms. Sounds like the name of a pub. I'd like to add my own personal note to thank your family and to thank your friends, some of whom have travelled huge distances to be with us today. Thank you, families, and thank you, friends. I'd like to take this opportunity as well to thank our wonderful staff that are here, many of whom are sitting on the stage here and some of whom are not, but to thank them for their dedication, commitment and expertise that has helped you to be where you are today. Thank you. And I'd like to give a round of applause to all of the staff that worked on these graduation ceremonies. They're very complicated, as you can imagine, to organise, and to all of the staff at the Lowry here that make us very, very welcome, the people that you see in red every single year when we come here. Thank you, Lowry, and thank you to our staff. Let curiosity lead you in many fascinating directions to new discoveries. Let your care and social sense, your empathy and your excellence, your creative flair and wisdom, your openness to chance and possibilities take you far. Let the world welcome its new stars. I'd like to finish with a sonnet that I wrote especially for you graduating students. Dear graduate, thank you very much for listening so carefully and for being there. They're a wonderful crowd. We're all going to enjoy our day. Take your time coming up on the stage. I will look into the eyes of each and every one of you. This is your special moment, and I'm really happy and excited and proud to be part of it. Dear graduate, today's the day you switch from graduand to graduate. A couple of hours will have conferred your state, a name that's been 3 years and more in the making, and most especially if you started late. How the years, they seem to hover, rush, hesitate. Yet here you are, nearly graduates. Congrats, well done. About to cross over to ample hours, fertile land, to stride the corridors to the shy unknown and grasp the future with two bold hands. Today's minutes will be remembered, intimately known, where the future's clock is not yet set to run. How the mirrors will turn into windows open to the sun, or what shape days might offer close at hand. Let them proffer luck and chance, dear graduands. Thank you very much.
Graduands, ladies and gentlemen, we will now commence the presentation of the University of Salford's Alumni Achievement Award, and I would like to invite City Mayor of Salford, Mr Paul Dennett, to present this very special award.
Thank you, Chancellor. As students graduating today, you are joining a global community of over 165,000 alumni from the University of Salford who have graduated before you and who now represent every industry at every level, locally, nationally and internationally. The University of Salford is rightly proud of all its graduates each year. And my personal congratulations as the City Mayor of Salford go to each and every one of you for reaching your goals. And I wish you all the very best for the future. The Alumni Achievement Awards provides a wonderful opportunity to celebrate and recognise the diverse achievements of a small but exceptional handful of this growing and vibrant alumni network. Alumni Achievement Awards are presented to former students of the University of Salford who have achieved a distinction in one of the following areas: in their profession, through exemplary service to the university or the wider community, through service of a personal or humanitarian nature, or through contributions to the arts, charities and business. Each year, nominations are sought from staff, students and from within the alumni community itself before a special selection committee comes together to select the year's winners. This year, 8 award winners were selected, most of whom will be awarded at the alumni celebration event taking place in December. As a long-standing friend, supporter and colleague, I was delighted when I heard the news last year that Paul Longshaw would receive one of these prestigious awards. Sadly, Paul passed away last September, which has left a hole in many people's hearts, both personally and professionally. And I'm both honoured and humbled to be presenting to Paul's daughter, Ella, this award today. Paul was a dear friend, a colleague, a true gentleman and a proud adopted son of the city of Salford. Paul worked for the City Council for 25 years before becoming a councillor. Paul was a visionary, a passionate individual, very passionate about housing, homelessness, issues of social justice and ultimately the betterment of people's lives in this great city. As an officer of the City Council, Paul set in motion and helped deliver Salford's Council's first fit-for-purpose housing strategy, which set out the vision for housing policy and housing services in this city. Paul knew that homes and regeneration solidified communities to change people's lives for the better. Creating a new Pendleton is one of Paul's legacies. He was proud that no one could tell the difference between the social and private homes sitting side by side in a community and neighbourhood. Paul has a great affinity with the University of Salford, firstly as a graduate studying housing as an undergraduate in the 90s, and then Paul went on to become an exemplary advocate of the University of Salford. In 2014, Paul became an honorary associate at the university in recognition of his work to rejuvenate communities and regeneration. Paul played a pivotal role in developing a solid industrial partnership between and with the housing sector and academia through partnership approach from the Pendleton model with the university. The project engaged academia, place and people through a creative industrial partnership. The university chose Paul to receive an award due to his exceptional work on the nationally recognised partnership between the University of Salford and Salford City Council. The partnership achieves a wide range of teaching and research outputs, including, but not limited to, student engagement opportunities in the form of curriculum design, placements and site visits, university guest lecturers by industry partners, community engagement through teaching and research, collaborative research, income generation and PhD sponsorship, government leaders visiting the campus and supporting projects, activities and research. The list literally does go on. Paul retained contact with his former tutors at the university after graduating and subsequently inviting Professor Phil Brown and the team within the Sustainable Housing and Urban Studies Unit to get involved and support the shaping and the dramatic regeneration of the city of Salford. This invitation initiated a friendship with Phil, which led Paul, in his own inimitable style, to build close bonds with other colleagues across the university, most notably Mike Taylor, and all of those contributing to Salford City Council's partnership here at the university. Paul quickly transcended any and all boundaries. He was thought of as one of the team. He used his personality to bring internationally renowned musicians, artists, and senior politicians like Jeremy Corbyn to visit the university. Always with his typical self-deprecating style, Paul was a quiet but often loud, irreplaceable force of nature. His unassuming manner hid an array of talents, and I know many people from across the university, the council, and the wider partners will miss him greatly. I feel gladdened today that we have the opportunity to celebrate Paul's many successes, and that I have the privilege to present in this great city at this ceremony the much-deserved award to Paul's daughter, Ella. Paul truly epitomised what we refer to as the spirit of Salford, and he understood the motto of the City Council, which was and is, the welfare of the people is the highest law. Thank you very much.
Graduands, ladies and gentlemen, we will now commence the presentation of the Postgraduate Awards from the School of Health and Society. Each student will be presented individually for their award, and I would like to invite Margaret Rowe, Dean of the School of Health and Society, to present the Doctor of Philosophy Awards.
Chancellor, on behalf of the School of Health and Society, I would like to present the award Doctorate of Philosophy, with a title, An Exploration of the Lived Experience of Men who've had an eating disorder in the guise of anorexia or atypical anorexia endos, Gareth Ian Lyons. Doctorate of Philosophy, with a title Facing the Conflicts and the Complexities Between Capitalist Modernisation and Islamisation, a study of women's subjectivities and emancipatory struggles in Iran. Nafi Saif. Chancellor, that concludes my presentation of the Doctors of Philosophy.
Graduands, ladies and gentlemen, we will continue the presentation of the Postgraduate Awards from the School of Health and Society, and each student will be presented individually for their award. I would like to invite Brian Bogue, Associate Dean of the School of Health and Society, to present the awards.
Chancellor, on behalf of the staff, students and alumni of the School of Health and Society, I present for the Master of Arts, Social Work, Bridget Akapine Dove Netaduzu. Ola Bukola Titileo Ikuwan. Monica Mosquito. Esther Monzodori. Ayabod Sotubu. For the award of Master of Science, Advanced Practice, Health and Social Care, Claire Baldwin. Philip Brown. Kerry Chidlow. Vimala Chinapa. Zina Krasta. Liz Dobbs. Sharon Fleury. Jane Gibson. Diane Louise Green. Angela Hansel. Rachel Hotchkiss. Jane Houston. Christopher Jones. Amy Kruchek. Miguel Angel Serrano Guzman. Ruth Settle. Richard Simpson. Rebecca Stewart. Si Ju To. Vincy Vinod. Isaac Zia. For the degree of Master of Science Advanced Practice Neonates, Eva Arkushans Ska. Denise Deverer. Joanne Ruth McHale. For the degree of Master of Science, Clinical Science, specialising in vascular, Rachel Hadley. Danielle Joyce. For the degree of Master of Science, Counselling and Psychotherapy, Professional Training, Rebecca Jackson. Rebecca Lowe. Saima Begum Mia. Nicola Riley. Rachel Walker. Emily Ward. Jennifer Young. For the degree of Master of Science, Leadership and Management for Healthcare Practice, Danielle Tassi. For the degree of Master of Science, Leading Education for Health and Social Care Reform, Jacqueline Pickup. For the degree of Master of Science, Social Policy, Ben Wilmot. For the award of Postgraduate Diploma, Counselling and Psychotherapy Professional Training, Donna Barbara Gilbert. Naomi Scottalero. For the award of Postgraduate Diploma, Leading Education for Health and Social Care Reform, Adam Clayton. And for the award of Postgraduate Diploma, Social Work Step Up Programme, Laura Sowerby.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now commence the presentation of the Undergraduate Awards from the School of Health and Society. Each student will be presented individually for their award. I would like to invite Neil Withnall, Associate Dean of the School of Health and Society, to present the awards.
Chancellor, on behalf of the School of Health and Society, it gives me great pleasure to present the following undergraduate awards. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Social Work, Niamh Rose Jones. Walter McAnese. Adironke Salawu. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Counselling and Psychotherapy Professional Practice, Georgia Brennan. Sasha Nicole Cadman. Michelle Dawn Castle. Michelle Clark. Georgia Denton. Bethany Eastwood. Hannah Forster-Jagger. Laura Ellen Graves. Rachel Elizabeth Grover. Mary Brenda Gutu. Lauren Elizabeth Heath. Nicholas Hitchcock. Chloe Horn. Jessica Howe. Nicole Hughes. Kimberly Marie Illman. Jenna Elizabeth Ingalls. Daniel Timothy Jackson. Rachel Jackson. Sasha Alexander Canachief, England. Alicia Lawless. Sophie Lawson. Michael Leunig. Chloe Jane Lindley. Jamie Lee Lord. Patricia Maguire. Leah Michelini. Bernadette Murray. Charity Nkrumah. Connor Parkinson. Teresa Ann Reynolds. Radost Evgenievie Rusiva. Angela Russell. Louise Sharples. Natasha Summers. Lucy Ann Thalai Assingham. Emma Whittle. Amy Wiggins. Stephanie Wilby. Gabriella Ashira Whitkin. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Counselling and Psychotherapy Theoretical Studies, Rachel Louise Hancock. Amy Louise Joyce. Tuathorn Kangrumkang. Rebecca Neild. Luke Stephen Isaac Starr. Cassandra Whittam. For For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Criminology, Adra Afsal. Manur Ahmed. Numra Ali. Samia Arshad. Natasha Atidore. Nafisa Aje Begum. Catherine Megan Bennett. Rashid Ali Bhatti. Amy Ray Bradley Greer. Elizabeth Brito. Holly Burden. Nathan Critchley. Raisa Ahmed Dar. Suzanne Davison. Robin Doherty. Emma Jane Flynn. Aaron Goulair. Amelia Hall. Edjem Hassan. Danny Horton. Stephanie Hevingham. Alison Horton. Bethany Hurst. Gabrielle Mikshati. Sophiajit Nagra. Keisha Openshaw. Morgan Payne. Kazaleka Rashid. Kay Robinson. Lara Rourke. Kaylee Rebecca Russell. Courtney Jade Young. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Criminology and Sociology, Fauzia Afsal. Victoria Altham. Tanya Ivalova Andreeva. Zachary Carmody. Lindsay Foley. Imad Iqbal. Sophie Hannah McCutcheon. Caprice McSharry. Kate Elizabeth Pickford. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Enhancing Professional Healthcare Practice, Emma Louise Borg. Constance A.G. Bocce. Zoe Emily Hewitt. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Enhancing Professional Healthcare Practice Clinical, Sophie Coates. Samantha Claire Curtis. Alison Patricia Gilston Hope. Shaleja Joseph. Cheryl Pickup. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Healthcare, Kelly Marie Bowden. Kay Michelle Evans. Susan Murray Karanke. Alison Leijard. Sorry. Alison Leijard. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Integrated Practice in Learning Disabilities, Nursing and Social Work, Sarah Dervish. Halima Nazir. Chinello Celestina Ume. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Social Policy, Saida Ajibedi. Ruksa Akram. Barbara Anderson. Georgia Anne-Marie Anderson. Sarah Anderson. Regda Armella. Abby Ashbury. Laura Jade Baker. Melissa Barton. Oluwafemi Peter Ifunu Benson. Nicole Jane Berry. Artiana Blaze. Laura Beatrice Boys. Sarah Brunning. Chloe Butterick. Abby Cunliffe. Olivia Cunningham. Emily Lauren Dumbell. Suzanne Elder. Maria Farid. Victoria Haig Carruthers. Rihanna Hornsey. Sabah Javed. Lisa Jones. Mohammed Kahar. Jenia Kamali. Emma Jane Laughlin. Kayleigh Lutener. Shaila Mahmood. Olusegun Femi Makanjula. Majid Mestagi. Ferdisi Mumin. Justina Ife Ogu. Daniel Olabode Ogunmile. Kyla Pillay. Sorry. Kyla Pillay. Okay, no problem. Nope, no worries. Tamina Kazia. Donna Ricketts. Megan Lee Rowlands Mackay. Abigail Martine Rubens. Tanguna Sikireta. Jay Spencer. Sadia Sultana. Shannon Walsh. Jemima Woods. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Sociology, Kieran Ahmed. Lee John Brisland. Imogen Amber Campbell. Neve Harris. Nadia Assam. Patrick Johnson. Emma Katoon. Claudia Raton. Sana Kieran Salim. Martha Ray Uri. Danielle Valente. Tiffany Jane Winstanley. Aisha Ayat Zafar. For the award of Bachelor of Science Healthcare, Dawn Smith. Award of Doctor of Philosophy with a title of Can Total Quality Management Improve the Quality of Care in Saudi Arabian Hospitals? A Patient and Service Provider Perspective, Ibrahim Itala Al-Qasaimi. For the award of Master of Science Nursing Education, Iba Abdulhamid Al-Zukairi. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Social Policy, Methet Sayum. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Social Policy, Ruby Begum. For the award of Postgraduate Diploma Counselling and Psychotherapy Professional Training, Sarah Edge. Award of Bachelor of Science Social Policy, Letitia Hansen. For the award of Bachelor of Science Social Policy, Abiodun Awuhisha. For the award of Bachelor of Science Social Policy, Josephine Mulungo.
That we'll be taking a group photograph of all our new graduates outside the piazza. Therefore, can I ask all guests to remain in their seats until the graduates have left the theatre? Graduates, can you please follow the end of the academic procession shortly? Thank you very much. I would now like to invite the Chancellor to close the ceremony.
Thank you, everybody. It's been a huge pleasure and an honour to be here and present each and every one of you with your degrees and watch you take to the stage in your own unique and original way. It always amazes me all the different ways that there are of crossing a stage and all the different ways that there are of shaking a hand. Who would have ever thought it, and who would have ever known until you became Chancellor and shook 340 hands in one go, that there's so many different ways of shaking a hand? You just wouldn't know about it. It's the kind of thing the average person in the street wouldn't know about. And if you got into a conversation with them on the bus, they would think you were a bit mad, you know? If you just said on a bus one day, do you know there's very different ways of shaking a hand? They would move away from you probably. It's been a really great pleasure to be here and part of this, the pride, to see the pride on the families' faces and to hear the pride and the shouts and the cheers of delight and the whoops of delight is fantastic. And to see everybody's style and grace and everybody's dressed up to their fineries, and even to see that wonderful pair of bright yellow crutches cross the stage. That was fantastic. It reminded me that my mum, who came out of hospital not that long ago, when she'd been in hospital for several months, and when she came out, I'd brought her a brand new poppy red, sartorially pleasing Zimmer. And on her first trip to the hairdressers after months of being in the hospital, she said, "Jackie, you should have seen all the women crowding round me in the hairdressers. Talk about Zimmer envy." Zimmer rage, more like, she said. Zimmer rage. Thought only she could coin a phrase like Zimmer envy. But I think about it now as I'm out and about, looking at people's different Zimmers. Anyway, it is my great pleasure now to close this ceremony. I'm not going to do a graduation ceremony lock-in and keep you here all the time and just talk and talk. Although the prospects are very tempting, because, you know, who would have to get up and move me off? Which one of you would take the job first? It would be hard for them. They'd be just sitting there in some degree of panic, you know. It's often interesting, you know, when you're in situations when people are suddenly out of their comfort zone. I remember I was in a pub in London, and I went to sit down in a chair one time, and this woman said to me, "Can you sit down in that chair? That's my chair." And I went, "Oh, right, you're from Glasgow, aren't you?" And she went, "Aye, how did you know that?" I said, "I'm psychic." I said, "No, I'm from Glasgow myself." She went, "You know, are you? You foreign-looking bugger." So anyway, I would like to say that it gives me my closing words. I meant to have closing words for this ceremony printed, but it's probably lucky for you that they're not, because I had to ad-lib. But it gives me a great pleasure to close this ceremony in a minute or two. Afterwards, you'll be collected together for a group photograph and a cautionary tale. On my first year Chancellor, we did this group photograph, and everybody had to kind of throw their hats. And I took off my hat in the spirit of the students, you know, to join with my comrade students. And somebody threw their hat so enthusiastically that it hit me and I was felled to the ground. And actually knocked unconscious. But I just thought, what a silly death that would have been, you know. A mortal wound by a mortar board. It would have been hard. It would have been hard, you know. The columns would have had trouble writing it up. Mortal wound by a mortar board. Somebody actually filmed it, and so you can see it in slow motion, you know. Your enemies could watch it. Anyway, without more ado, you are now graduates of the University of Salford. Graduates, can I now ask you to stand and put on your hats? I apologise to those that have not got hats to put on. Well done, everybody. Go forth into this life with great optimism in your hearts and hope, and good luck with everything. Good luck with the many paths that life and the twists and the turns out there from this day on. Thank you all very, very much for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mayor, graduates, parents and friends, it gives me great pleasure to now declare this ceremony closed.